in your view as an artist, what makes a good song?
I think in this space and time that I'm in my head, I feel what makes a good song is the honesty and the rawness of a song. Like, I feel if your rawness can relate to anyone, it can relate to anything. So the bareness, if you bare your soul, your spirit, whatever emotion you're feeling at the time as an artist, if you feel it rawly, I think it'll never miss to make a hit or just like relate to people in general.
Yeah,
Yes.
the rawness, and that's a lot of what we're seeing with the new wave of music that's coming out.
Yes.
I mean, your song Jangolo was one of the rawest songs I ever had in recent times.
Yeah.
What does that song mean to you?
Jangolo is a celebration of artistry, of musicianship. It's a celebration of the struggle that comes with making music and being a musician. And I feel like it's based off my experiences and the experiences of many other people that I've seen. And I know the impact that music has on people. And I feel like Jangolo is a celebration of that struggle that eventually leads you to becoming yourself enough to be able to create music that will shift people's perspective and minds. So yeah, Jangolo is it's honoring that promise and sort of celebrating that impact and celebrating what it takes to make and be a musician. Okay.
What artists are you listening to at the moment?
Right now I'm listening to a lot of Caribbean music, a lot of Portuguese music. I'm listening to Lineker, I'm listening to Coffee, I'm listening to Mama Sissoko, who's Malian. I'm listening to a lot of the old stuff from Kenya. Like the other day, I ran into the artist called Kamaru, who's actually pretty nice, actually. I never really got to listen, but I kind of like ran into it, and it's really dope.
Yeah.
Who else am I listening to? Who's on my playlist? I'm listening to... who else is on my playlist? I'm listening to old stuff like Miss Lauryn Hill is always on my playlist.
Yeah.
Fatoumata Diawara, of course. Winyo, I love Winyo.
Yes.
Winyo is, yeah, to name a few.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. How did you find yourself resonating towards the instruments that you play? What are their names actually? What instruments do you play?
So I play rhythm guitar, I play lead guitar, I play a little bit of bass guitar, and I'm learning Nyatiti, which I've been playing for a while, but I haven't done it exclusively, which I think is a new frontier, because that is the place to be right now. And what attracts me to this, I'm a string instrument person. I really love strings and the sort of vibration that comes with string instruments. So yeah, I would love to play more. But I think also at the meantime, I'm really just trying to focus on what I'm playing at the moment and really be in tune with it so that I can, keep creating good music.
How important is an African or traditional sound or even language? Most of your songs are in African languages, Dulu, which I'm terrible at. I had you do a cover in Portuguese. How important is that to you and your artistry?
I mean, I feel language is a disappearing Africa in a way, because I feel like we're getting to a very cosmopolitan, and we tend to sort of lose aspects of our culture. Like, culture is a very strong identification of who we are. I think for me, looking back at my culture and where I'm from and learning my language, I think has sort of connected me closer to my ancestry or my music. And I feel like that is what I want to do. That's what I'm all about. I want to represent that because it's disappearing quick. And also it kind of gives me a sense of pride and a sense of direction. And I feel like I want to do that, is explore my music and also sing in other languages more. So yes, it's really important, I feel, especially now.
Yeah. I mean, I wanna let Sayanka play us some good tunes after this. But let me ask you before we get back into some music. do you feel that your language, the language that you choose in your songs, kind of determines how well you would be received outside of the people who speak your language, outside the boundaries of Kenya? I mean, I saw a tweet by a popular musician this morning, and he was talking about how he sings in English, and he feels that for some reason that music that he makes is more palatable in the global audience, you know. And he said, you know, if he kind of implied that the other kind, the artists who are not singing in English, kind of don't have that sound that is needed in the global market. What would be your thoughts on that as an artist who embraces?
First of all, it's a really crazy artist. What does they mean?
Yeah.
Second of all, I think that I don't know. For me, I think of it in a really, I could say, intense angle. In that I feel that is the language of a colonizer in the first place, and that is someone who comes to change my culture in order to take control of me. And I feel like me singing through my language is a defiance itself. It's a rebellious cause.
Yeah.
It's honoring that which we all are. Imagine all of us so different, so diverse, honoring that and being able to have some sort of identity through that. And it depends also on why you're doing the music. If you're doing it for the wave and you think like English is what, you know, you F's with, that's it. But if you, I don't know, for me it's bigger than just I mean, yes, I do want to reach a global audience. But for me, I think my purpose is my immediate environment. I feel like I want people really close to me to relate to that music so we can shift this. I'm happy if someone else from another part of the world listens to the music. That makes the money and helps me traveling. That's good. But I want the change to just start from somewhere close.
Yeah.
Like if my people can understand the music and feel the vibration and move and shift, how amazing. And then it's like a ripple effect.
Yeah, Sayanka, take us away.
Take us away.
Wise and sage words from beautiful Jumadi.
Tell us about your song, Witchy. One of your latest songs. I love playing that song out. How did that song come about? I saw you performing it at the one of the Gondwanas. How was that experience performing it, and how did that song come about?
Well, Gondwana reached out to me a few months ago because they'd seen or they'd heard some of my music. And I was really excited because I always just used to hear about Gondwana, and their sound, of course, is new, is good. And the plan was to work on something. And it's really, I think, hard to tie me down to work on a project because I feel like the energy surrounding it always has to be right. But for some reason, they sent me a beat that Punk made, and I was jamming. I was having one of my jam sessions at home. And I was playing over it for some reason. It was playing on my phone and I was jamming, and somehow it kind of clicked. And also I was going through a thing, I guess, at the point with a lover, and it made sense that the song made sense. So yeah, it's sort of like a lamentation of a young woman who wants to be set free from the reins of a lover who's troublesome, and sort of just like tells or asks the lover, how you gonna win if you ain't right with them? You know, like, let's sort of try and make it work. I don't know, clear yourself or make space, and then we can meet each other halfway. Otherwise, then it just becomes a sort of relationship that's not healthy for both of us. And That's how it came about.
Well, it's amazing. I can tell the rawness from it. Now knowing that there's a real life story behind it gives more context.
Yes.
Do you feel like your songs shape you, either during the process or even after release? And what are some ways that you felt your music has changed you and affected you as a person?
Yeah, I like these questions. It does for sure. Like I feel like for sometimes I get to listen to the music and I rediscover myself all over again. I feel like the music is sort of like a precedent to, I don't know, to who I am, who I'll become, who I've always been. And even when I'm lost sometimes, I listen to this music and I feel like I kind of like find a way back home or back to myself. And it inspires me too. And I'm like, I don't know, the rediscovery, the remembrance of the energy that came with making the music, I think is always going to be timeless.
It's like a reminder.
Exactly.
You know, it's like a memoir.
It's like a memoir.
How specifically did Ereo, your album, affect you? What kind of memories come up since you released it? Like, how does it shape you when you look back at it?
Ereo is a body of work that I think came out of such hard living, because when I was doing my music before, I would just like travel, sleeping on my friends' couches and trying to do the music thing. And I think I went through so many experiences as, I don't know, as a woman, as a person, as a spirit navigating all these many things. And that's why gratitude is really important, because I feel like through all the experiences that I went through, it helped me really build gratitude, because it helped me shape even the body of work itself. And Ereo was so much observant of my environment. And it was like, what do we do as creatives? Where do we go? How do we break these boundaries that are really stifling us in a space where, you know, we're young, we're free, we're talented, we have it all. Like as a people even, like how do we tap into parts of ourselves that can really create a roadmap to who we can become and make it easier for the generations after us? Because I think there's so many hurdles in between from those that came before us. As much as we were set free from it, there's so many barriers almost to like who we're trying to become. And Ereo is, how can we tap that? How can we get into ourselves so much so that the way can be easier? How do we be free? How do we set the pace? How do we just live? And, you know, like, where do we go? What do we do? And, yeah, I think me posing those questions was not only for myself, but for generally everybody, particularly creatives. And I believe everyone is a creative in one way or another. So, yeah, Ereo was... It was a body of work that came with so much, I don't know the word to use. It was just like it needed to be out at that time. I think I'd been carrying it around in my spirit for like 2 years. But then time and things didn't really come around to working it out.
Yeah.
And when it did, I think I took it and ran, because it was like an opportunity sort of that the universe presented to me.
Yeah.
And it was like I'd been preparing for a really long time. And I knew that was my chance to begin and create a body of work that was important. And that was it. That was the time. I heed the call.
Yeah.
And I ran with it.
Awesome.
I locked down musicians who I'd been playing with for a long time. I locked down my producer. I told him the whole notion, the whole sort of idea of what I wanted it to become. I spoke to my ancestors so much and said, yeah, you guys have to help me back this shit up. Yeah.
They came through.
Exactly. It was very little to do with me, but very much to do with our emotions and our experiences as a collective. And I wanted to lock that down. And the body of work that came out was so beautiful. It overwhelmed me in the best ways too. And I'm just glad it's out there. Like, I can log in and listen to my music and have other people from all over the world access it. I think it's magical. And Ereo is, I don't know, I think it'll set pace for many more amazing things to come for anybody who listens to the album, and for me as well.
Amazing. We're about to come to the end of this amazing interview, amazing conversation that we've had with Akoth Jumadi. Redio has set the pace for what's to come. Also, we're looking forward to your future bodies of work, your future performances. Why don't you give us a parting shot? Kind of tell all the people who are anticipating your next bodies of work a message just to close off the show.
I would say do the time for your healing. Do it so you can clear all the energies that could get in the way of you becoming. Do it, do time, go within, go without, look around and figure out the best way that you can shine your light. So do the time. Let us all do the time for healing and create space for more other people to heal and elevate our current state of consciousness. Yes.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Akoth Jumadi. That was Akoth Jumadi. Thank you so much for sparing your time and being with us and having a conversation with us.
On a Sunday morning,
we hope to, on a Sunday morning. Wow.
Believe.
Asante, thank you.
Thank you to our audience. Sayanka, please take us away. Thank you for the vibes. Radio 254 every Sunday, 9 to 11 a.m. Radio Mapinduzi is the show. Let's go. Make sure to follow us on IG as well at Radio Mapinduzi. That's REDIO, as in Radio ya Kiswahili. Radio Mapinduzi. That's the IG. Peace.